Oh, hello there. 2024 is coming to a close, and I've been watching a few other YouTube creators out there on the interwebs. They've doing these sort of year of end recaps, kind of looking back at some highlights from the channel, from some of the things that were their favorite things of the year, and of course, looking forward into the new year. So I want to kind of do that. Maybe it's a new tradition that we do here on the channel. We'll see. So the first thing is, how is this channel doing? Well, many of you may know, but maybe you don't know, but I work during the day, every single day, Monday through Friday at Microsoft as a program manager on a developer community team. My team does a whole bunch of awesome, amazing things, such as .NetConf, the YouTube, the blogs that you see every day for .NET and help with Visual Studio and VS Code and Azure developers and everything that you use from Microsoft as a developer, which is super cool. We also create tons of great workshops and great content and student education and so much more. So anything that you see over there happening, that's what my team gets to do and help the product team and the engineering team create, which is super awesome. And I love it. During the pandemic, I did a lot of live streaming, but then I also started creating these videos off on nights and weekends, sort of just videos that I've always wanted to create that maybe didn't fit into my day job, just sort of that teaching mechanism. And it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed sort of crafting and learning the different intricacies of YouTube. And of course, also creating content, but also editing content as well and audio editing. It's been fun to see all the different tools advance as well. So the channel, how is it doing? Well, this year, you may have noticed I've put out a little bit less videos than I normally have, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But I did a few live streams. I put out a few shorts, like 11 shorts. I did about 25-ish videos or so here on the channel. I've been trying to kind of give those videos out first to subscribers of the channels, the members of the channel, I should say, a few days early, and then everyone gets access to it as YouTube rolls out new features. Overall, the channel is down slightly year over year. So we had 1.8 million views of content, which is just crazy that 1.8 million people watched stuff that I put on the interwebs. We had about 26,000 new subscribers, now over 140,000 subscribers here on the channel. Yeah, this is down 15, 17, 20% or so year over year, but it does make a little bit of sense. Some of the videos I put out last year or the year before, such as the huge, amazing .NET MAUI workshop that's over 4 hours long and like almost had 1 million views, I think, at this point, which is wild and really awesome, to be honest with you, is out there. Well, we did some campaigns last year on the channel to do promotions. I think that helped with the subscriber count. So yeah, things are down, but still awesome and seeing amazing feedback and comments from everyone as well. So I really, really like that. And I think going forward, you'll see more of that type of content coming out and probably at similar cadence as well. So I used to try to target every single week a new video, but as you saw this year, it's been about every other week or so. If you tally, 25 and divide that up by the number of weeks in the year. The most popular videos continue to be that .NET MAUI course that I did. I think it has over 200 or 250,000 new views this year alone. The kind of kickoff to the year, which is the starting .NET MAUI dev video in 2024, which I'll probably do one in 2025. So expect that in January. That one was also a top video. But funnily enough, I put out a lot of other videos here on the channel. And they're not necessarily development related. Sometimes they're development adjacent or just sort of tech products that I think are cool or I'm really interested in. So funnily enough, I did this video about these little tiny lavaliers that you can get on, I'm sure, like Temu or AliExpress for a few bucks or on Amazon for 15 bucks or whatever on there as well. That video just, I don't know, goes into some YouTube algorithm and has like a ridiculous amount of views. Then also a ways back, I did a video on screen mirroring, which is super applicable for developers as well, for iOS screen mirroring to Windows devices or just even on Mac as well, to mirror them appropriately. And that video does super duper well as well. Every single year, it just kind of goes in the algorithm and goes, which is great. So a mixture of kind of tech review, different products, and of course, development stuff, which is my main focus here on the channel. So what happened this year? Well, why did I do less videos? Well, to be honest, as we've continued to come out of the pandemic, me and my wife have been traveling more, seeing family more. And also my wife had a sabbatical this year, which was awesome. So we actually spent 3 weeks in Africa, exploring 8 different countries, which was really fantastic. It's kind of been a lifelong dream of us to go. So we've been saving for a long time to go up for that because we knew the sabbatical was coming. And that was really awesome. So pretty much the whole month of September, we were gone and it was really spectacular and really life-changing. And we're excited to go back someday as well. We've also just been doing a lot more trips around where we live in the Pacific Northwest, spending a lot more time with our dog, a lot more family trips as well, coming to see us and us going to see them, which has been really good. It just means kind of less time for content creation. And I think that's okay. I think that it's always important to prioritize your life-work balance and also your side project balance as well. Those three things in there. I've been really wanting to do a lot more coding as well. So I've been trying to focus my holiday less on creating videos and more on coding. And I've been spending quite a bit of time updating a few apps and getting updates out for some of the nonprofits that I do work for in the local area that I live. So really excited to do that. So that's kind of looking back on this channel, how we're doing, and we'll talk about looking forward in a bit. But beyond the channel, what are kind of like my favorite things of 2024? So let's go ahead and get into that. Well, the first thing I think is really just the entire AI space. Frank and I have been talking about AI development and ML for so long over on Merge Conflict every single week, and it's just been fun to see the space grow. I mean, it just kind of continues. It's just nonstop. And, I think some people have had a lot of it and they're like, slow down. But to me, I've really enjoyed the progress. I use more of a Copilot, Microsoft Copilot every single day. I use more ChatGPT features and different features that I've been experimenting with, just, translating one thing to another thing, or in Word, just making my verbiage, tighter and shrinking things down. I've been using a lot more scheduling features and email summarizations, and just trying to shave, minutes off of my day, seconds off of my day, especially at work, which has been great. In the AI coding space, wow. GitHub Copilot, has just made so many amazing advancements every single week, it seems like, from all the auto commit messaging to code reviews, which I've been using, which have been super awesome, to the multi-file edits with those new modes, multi-model selection that you can pick between, new voice interactions, new image recognition, the extensions model. It's been really awesome to see. I got to play a tiny part in the launch of GitHub Copilot Free, which was really so awesome to see so many team members across GitHub and Microsoft and the VS Code and the Visual Studio team all come together. And that was really awesome to see that there's a new free tier so anyone can get started in seconds. And the sign up process is so seamless. It's really awesome to see there. So that's been really, really awesome there. I also want to highlight, the Visual Studio Code for .NET MAUI extensions, GA'd this year, along with Unity extensions for Visual Studio Code as well. And we'll talk about why I think that's important for me here in a bit, but I've been really enjoying that experience, building my .NET MAUI applications and just building .NET and C# applications with the C# Dev Kit more and more on my Mac, and seeing how that experience can help me as I'm on my Mac more at home. And also figure out, how often I switch between that and Visual Studio 2022, which is still my favorite IDE of all time. So kind of working on that. So it was really awesome to see. I think there's been tons of great features for Visual Studio as well. The Visual Studio team just put out a visual in the Visual Studio channel that I'll link to, which is their top features that they added this year. So that's really amazing to see too. There's so many cool little things the team keeps adding for productivity features, which I just love. And that also comes to .NET Aspire. And I put out quite a few .NET Aspire videos here, as I'm sure you've seen on the channel. It's not just .NET MAUI content or Xamarin content. It's C# content. It's .NET Aspire content. It's Blazor hybrid content, things that I'm interested in the world of .NET. And .NET Aspire has really taken me back, I should say. It's made it so I've really enjoyed even more working on multiple projects on back-end services and front-end websites, which is something I don't do too often, but it's really cool to see it evolve. I love the telemetry and the dashboard in it, and just how easily and seamlessly it can integrate into your existing applications without having to change any of your deployment or anything like that. So that is honestly just really one of the highlights of the year for me as a launch and the progression of .NET Aspire. And I use it almost every single day, I should say. I just created a new Azure function and added Aspire into it because why not? And it's great to see that all come through. The last thing is one of my major highlights was DotNetConf 2024 and the launch of .NET 9. I had a real honor this year of working really close with the .NET team on all of the strategy around how sort of the previews all went out, the release notes all went out, and sort of that rollout of .NET 9. If you watch the DotNetConf keynote, and if not, you should definitely check it out. You get to see me walk across an awesome bridge in Redmond, which is the new bridge. It's beautiful there. I got to play a tiny, small part of the DotNetConf keynote, kick it off, kind of talk about the vision of .NET. So that was a really humbling moment for me. It's something that I've really aspired to do in my career for so long, and it really meant a lot to me to be part of it, and just to work with so many amazing people every single day. I'm just honored that I have such amazing coworkers and I work at such a great company that lets me be part of these things. So that was really spectacular. If you haven't watched DotNetConf and just all the amazing community sessions and the great community content that's been coming out, that's been fantastic to see. So definitely check out all those videos. There's so much goodness there beyond the keynote. The blog has just been like crushing it. And great to see the community thrive across all the socials and interact everywhere. Especially LinkedIn has been blowing up, which has been really fantastic. And I got to do a bunch of awesome conferences this year. I've been traveling a little bit less, or actually a lot less, I would say, but more strategically. One of my favorites was a trip earlier this year that Gerald, famous YouTuber Gerald here, and I did around Europe. We did a bunch of different countries, different conferences and user groups in the Netherlands and Belgium and France. And that was really, really awesome to spend a lot of great time with Gerald. So that was really a highlight for me too. Beyond that, I bought a Mac. So let's talk about me and my Mac Mini. I put out a video already about my developer setup, and I've been spending a lot more time on it since I got the Mac Mini M4 Pro. A lot of people are asking, do I need the M4 Pro or just the M4? I don't know. It's kind of up to you. I would say I kind of went all in. Frank and I did. We just decided to go aggressively into upgrading it and as much as we possibly could, pretty much. Because I want to buy a machine that's going to really last me as long as humanly possible. I would hope that by the time this comes out, there's like the M9 or M10 that I'd have to replace it with. I don't even know at that point what Apple will do. But you know, I've had a custom built PC for a long time and I've loved it. I put really great parts into it. And I'm a Windows person through and through. It's been quite of an adjustment to come over to Mac. I'm still in Windows quite a bit in VMware Fusion Pro, which is free, which is rad. I talked about in my video. I really enjoyed trying to figure out the intricacies, use VS Code a lot more. Hence, I'm really excited about all the extensions and the ecosystem in VS Code that I've been using. But I've been integrating a little bit more into the Apple ecosystem. So, you know, calendars and mail and things like that as well. You know, I'm still a Windows diehard through and through, so it's great to pop over into Windows. I would say almost every single day that I'm over here, and using it. But I've been trying to do a lot of work over on Mac and see how that works, especially for development setup. And I've been enjoying it just because the intricacies, as we all know, for iOS and Android development and the SDKs and all the complexity that comes with it as well. So I've been managing that and really iterating on it. So I've really enjoyed the machine so far. My review of a few months in is I really love it. I mean, my entire desk setup is so much cleaner. The cable management, there's nothing under my desk. It's a beautiful thing in general. And this tiny little machine right next to my Project Volterra, tiny little machine. It's beautiful. So I really love when I walk into my office, that feeling of it. And you can see I'm in a different area. You're used to some other angles here, but this is my pachinko machine and my Alarmo and things like that. So I wanted to get a different angle for this video. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it overall, and we'll see how it goes in 2025. So let's talk about it. Looking forward to 2025. What's ahead? Okay, so let's talk about 2025. It is upon us. It's here. Based on when you watch this video, we'll see. Obviously, it'll be a fascinating transition year, but also, you know, I think for the channel and for me, it'll kind of continue on steadily. Hopefully, you'll continue to see videos every week, every other week, based on life, work, side project balance, you know, that we decide over here. But I've been trying to come up with different videos and content based on what y'all want to see. So leave comments below on what types of videos or subjects you'd want me to go deeper into. I'll definitely be talking a little bit about, you know, kind of looking forward into 2025 developer setup. I'll talk a lot more about my developer setup, about Visual Studio Code, tips and tricks and things that I've been doing for .NET development. on my Mac, which I think is great to highlight as well. And then, of course, as new things pop into .NET MAUI and I explore new extensions and things, I'll be sure to share them here, but also, of course, on the official .NET YouTube too. We also have the .NET MAUI podcast that will continue, the Merge Conflict podcast that Frank and I will continue as we head into close to 500 episodes, which is crazy to think about. So continue to see more of me in those areas too. And of course, the same here. I think beyond that in the channel, life, work, side project balance is super important to me. So I'll continue to balance that out. And of course, work on personal growth as well. I've been wanting to do a lot more reading this year. I want to get back into therapy. I did a lot of therapy last year, but my therapist switched providers. So I had to find a new therapist. So I'll probably be focusing quite a bit on that. And then also just sort of working on getting the space into even a better spot. I'm going to work a little bit more on my developer setup. So when I walk into the office every day, I feel really refreshed and calming. It's really close there today, I would say, especially with sort of the new setup. But actually what you don't see below is just tons of boxes and old machines as well. I've been trying to go through them, trying to figure out what I can donate, what I can recycle as well, and kind of get the cleanup experience here too. Anyways, I just kind of want to put together my thoughts on the year and looking forward as well. Let me know if you like this type of video to kind of round out the year, or maybe if you have other questions, let me know. I'll put them out. Maybe we'll do a live stream, do a little AMA. I'm always a fan of those. Or maybe I'll do some live coding again. What do you miss from the channel that maybe I did more of back in the day? What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? I mean, we see less hair. It's been a year of no hair, James, of my almost 40 years of existence. This is mostly how my hair has been, by the way, not long. A lot of people still surprised when they see me with short hair, but short hair James is here to stay. This traditional classic James mode, I should say. I also got braces this year. So those should be coming off hopefully near the end of the year. So that's very exciting. They're fun as well. So anyways, that's kind of my year looking back, looking forward. Let me know what you think of this video. And of course, what else you want to see on the channel. I really appreciate all the support. And, finally, of course, a big thank you. Thanks to every single person that's liked, that's left a comment, that's watched a video, that's shared a video. At all. I really appreciate it. It keeps me going. It's great to see the numbers go up and down whenever I put out a new video. It's fun to see the comments roll in. Really appreciate it if it's a nice little thumbs up. I always appreciate that. It means that the content I'm creating and the hours on the nights and weekends are paying off and hopefully helping people such as yourselves create some awesome software or see some awesome new tech. All right, that's going to do it for me. Let's have a great 2025 and talk to you later.